What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to go and take a look at a bunch of stuff that is going to be revealed for the One Piece TCG, and let's start off with the pre-release for OP06. Remember, there was no pre-release for OP05. We had a release tournament or an anniversary tournament, which was not quite the same. We do have a proper pre-release for OP06, and it is worth getting excited about. Yeah! I love pre-releases. Now, of course, the full release of the set is March the 15th, 2024, which means the pre-release is happening from the 8th to the 14th of March, i.e. exactly 1 week before. Sounds like a plan. And they're doing the usual thing whereby you can buy a booster box at pre-releases. This is awesome, because it's like a proper pre-release. Generally speaking, in a lot of card games, pre-releases get a couple packs of the set and a promo card, and you know what? That's pretty good. I am a fan of this. This is lovely. But being able to buy a box of the set at the pre-release, yeah, that's wonderful, and I'm a huge fan of it. And you do get an additional pre-release pack when you get your booster box of OP06. What is a pre-release pack? Well, it's the usual thing, which is to say a pack with 2 random common and uncommon cards from OP06. Remember, in Digimon it's uncommon and rare. In One Piece it's common and uncommon. But any common or uncommon card from OP06 is available, is on the table, and this is frankly brilliant if you can find some good ones. It is a little bit sad because sometimes, of course, we do find that actually the good cards tend to be rare and above, but there are some ones you can get here. The Emporio Ivankov lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play a Revolutionary Army card with 5,000 power or less. That is one I have absolutely got my eye on here. And honestly, the Revolutionary Army as a whole, there's a common Inazuma, which if it's got 7,000 power or more, you get Banish. So there are some of those which are absolutely worth picking up. They're going to be among the ones I'm looking for. There are a couple of Thriller Bark Pirates as well. The 2-cost blocker Cerberus is a common, so that's one that you might be looking for here. Inupe, who is a common that on play and on KO, if your leader has a Thriller Bark Pirates type, draw 2 and then trash 2. So that could be one that we are absolutely looking for here. There are some cool ones coming on. So, you know, they're just a couple of examples. There are plenty of others, obviously, but they are ones that I have got my eye on personally. Oh, and actually, I should mention, if you want to be playing some Vinsmoke family decks, there are some common versions of those. There is a common version of Vinsmoke Ichiji, for instance. These are the ones that basically let you trash characters, or trash themselves, to play more expensive characters. So these are ones that you absolutely can be going for if you like. There is a common version of Vinsmoke Niji, for instance. There is a common version of Vinsmoke Yonji. So yeah, there are a bunch here that, depending on which deck you want to be playing, there are a bunch of characters that you may wish to put in your deck that are common and uncommon, and therefore will fit in here quite nicely. I'm not going to sit here and keep reeling off common and uncommon cards for the next 20 minutes. Be a little bit weird, frankly. I'm just saying you absolutely could. Just be aware, we've all done this down to pre-releases before, where a lot of the time you're like, oh, what about that one? Oh, it's a rare. Oh, what about that one? Oh, it's a rare. And a lot of the ones you actually want do end up being rares. I am sorry. So, that's your pre-release promo pack. But then we've also got a pre-release promo. It is a Roanoa Zoro. It was just a tournament promo in Japan. A very easy to obtain tournament promo in Japan. It's a Zoro purple, 6 cost, 7,000 power, and it's got Banish. But as I told you at the time, if you're looking for a purple card with Banish, there aren't very many of them around. There are a couple, but there aren't that many of them around. So in that regard, it could actually end up being honestly kind of cool. And of course, with a pre-release, we also have a pre-release winners promo, and that is Roanoa Zoro that's literally just stamped pre-release winner. It is the same card, except it's not quite the same card. I love that they do this, because in Japan they just had the regular version, and look, this is the regular version. To all intents and purposes, it is the regular version. But essentially what they've gone and done is taken off the border, largely, and put a stamp on. So if you don't win the pre-release, it is really not the end of the world. You miss out on a cool card, but it's not like you need this card. But if you do win the pre-release, you get this version of the card, which is awesome, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah, once again, the pre-release is coming, and once again, the pre-release just looks awesome. You get a Zoro for turning up, and a pre-release pack with 2 random commons and uncommons that are stamped. You've got the winner Zoro coming as well, and you've got a chance to buy a booster box, which will then get you another pre-release pack, and frankly, the idea of buying a booster box at a pre-release is enough, honestly. That is enough for me, but now you give me another pre-release pack as well? Just because apparently it wasn't good enough anyway? Oh, I love this, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love this. This is awesome. But it's not the only cool stuff that has gone and been revealed, because we do have those pirate parties. Now, there are some going on between March and May of this year, and you get a rather predictable promo. It is the same promo that we're given out at these kind of tournaments in Japan. It is Hody and Hyozu, which you will notice is a dual attribute card, both Slash and Strike. Also, I'm not sure if I've seen an English dual trait card yet. They've actually got Slash and Strike written on them, kind of either side. I think this looks rather fetching. I'm a fan. What we got here is 4 cost, 6,000 power, and activate main once per turn. Return up to one of your opponent's characters of a cost of 4 or less, and this character gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. Then you add a card from the top of your life to your hand. But remember, this is specifically designed to work with the Hody Jones leader, which stops you being able to take life to your hand during your turn, and that's the way it kind of goes. The leader, when we first saw it, made no sense, because I was like, well, there are no green cards that take your life to your hand. What's going on? Well, there must be cards coming, obviously. And then we've since seen a bunch of Fishman cards, which make you take your own life. Except if you're playing a Hody Jones deck, you can activate the skill of the leader so that you don't have to take your life, or you can choose not to activate the skill before you play this card so you still do take the life so that you get the card advantage, etc. They all work quite nicely. So if you want this, get yourself down to a pirate party. That is where this promo is available. It's awesome. But wait! There's one more thing we need to talk about, and that is the Store Tournament Volume 6. Because we've got a new tournament pack, and we've got a new winners pack, and these are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, usual deal, when you enter, you get yourself a tournament pack, you get 1 card, there are 4 available. And to make it easier, as we go through here, I'm going to show you the regular version and the winner's version. When you win, you get a winner pack with one of the fancy versions. So starting off with Hachan then, this is a reprint of the one from OP03. 4 cost, 4,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And if your leader has the East Blue type, play this card as a trigger. It's not an essential card. These are all reprints, which, as I've said many times, I love. But look at the effort they've gone to with these winners cards. I don't believe Japan's had these winners cards. Not like this. And it's the same basic card and it's the same basic artwork. But they've really gone to a lot of effort here. They've zoomed it out. They've added a solid color version behind. They've added a background. This is just an extremely cool version of it. People are going to love them. Now, and actually Hachan, to be fair, is the worst of them. Now, what would once upon a time have been the best is Kaya. Now, everybody loves Kaya, of course. It's 1 cost, 0 power, counter plus 2,000, and on play you draw 2 trash 2. Used to be a staple in like every blue deck. Nowadays, it's basically just reserved for Nami decks. But it's got so much potential. The drawing and the counter plus 2k, you know that's going to make a comeback at some point. And of course, I've got both of them on the screen here as I promised you I would. I do think you lose a little bit of the artwork here. I really like the scene of kind of opening the curtains, birds fluttering around and all of that, but you can't deny that this is a stunning card. Now, Fukuro is another card. This one sees a bunch of play, but it has become more of a niche card. Free cost, 3,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and it's a blocker that cannot be KO'd by effects. In the OP-04 meta, when we had more straight black decks, this did see a lot of play. It's seeing a lot less play nowadays, but again, it's a free cost blocker that cannot be KO'd by effects. The potential is absolutely there. And then we've got what is actually going to be the best one here. It's Shirahoshi. The Shirahoshi, I mean, firstly, the artwork is stunning, but it's 5 cost, 0 power, counter plus 1,000, and on play you draw free trash 2. And you can play it from your hand. We saw this at the European Internationals, or finals, whatever you want to call it. And we saw somebody draw like 15 cards by playing the same Shirahoshi 5 times. Can happen, but you really want to be playing it as a trigger. Because as a trigger, you play the card, and then it's a free draw free trash 2, and that is absolutely redonk. So yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. This is the best among them. This is going to be the more sought after. The winner, Shirahoshi, is going to become probably a little bit silly, because Shirahoshi is still a staple in basically every yellow deck, because it's ridiculous draw that works on a trigger. What more do you need to know? Right, there we go. We got the pre-release, we've got the Pirate Party promo, and then we got the new tournament pack and winners pack. That is a lot to get through in one video, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these. Tell me which ones you're after. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.